Hey everybody, this is Nina and Abby coming to you live today for our next Wine and Dine event coming up on Monday, October 25th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Super excited about this next one. Fall is here. Can't you just feel it? I love all the foods that come out this time of the year. It's one of my favorite times of the year. I love all the different styles of wines that can go with the root vegetables and everything. And Abby, our fabulous chef with Abby Cooks Wild, is going to give us another demonstration of cooking, and she's going to be making butternut squash risotto with leeks and spinach. It sounds so delicious. I can hardly wait. So
It's
Abby, why don't you share about this?
It's so good. It's one of my favorite fall recipes, and I'm just super excited. So thank you again for having me back. Hello, everybody. So if you're just tuning in and I am a new face to you, my name is Abby Gardner. I own a meal prep and delivery service called Abby Cooks Wild, where I go up and down the Front Range of Colorado serving clients and helping them get quick, easy, and healthy meals into their homes and onto their tables, and customizing all of the menus to meet their specific needs. So no two menus are the same. In this group next week, like Nina just shared, I will be sharing with you a recipe that actually can be made either on the stovetop or in an Instant Pot. So if you have an Instant Pot and it is sitting in a box, hiding in a closet or in your pantry, because you've heard all of the rah-rah around it, but are kind of afraid to use it, this would be a great recipe to get yourself introduced to using your Instant Pot. It is not as scary as everyone seems to think it is. And I use my Instant Pot for lots of different things in my kitchen, and I find it to be a really valuable tool. So if you have one, great. If you don't have one, there is no need to go run out and buy one, because we can also make this recipe on the stovetop, and I'll be working through the recipe regardless of which method of cooking you're choosing. Okay, what else, Nina?
I don't know. I'm super excited. But you told me that that we're going to be using a butternut squash, and
Yes.
so you did create a video.
I did.
So we're going to post that.
Yeah. So I have an extra one sitting here, but so many people love butternut squash and end up buying the frozen stuff, which is totally fine. Like if you have frozen butternut squash and you want to use it, this is a great recipe for that. But I always get fresh butternut squash because it is so easy to break down and cube yourself at a fraction of the cost, and you get a lot more bang for your buck when you buy a whole one. So if you would like to learn how to make this turn into butternut squash cubes, I have it posted on Abby Cooks Wild here on Facebook, but I'm happy to share it in the group as well. I think you'll be surprised at really, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just that these are a weird shape and people let that scare them. So anyway.
I love that. Yeah, I would love for you to post that, because that's what I want to do in this community that we're creating here, is not only cooking together, having some great recipe ideas, but making life easier for everybody. That's what it's all about, sharing our best practices with each other. So I love that.
Great. Well, I will get that posted.
Okay, good. All right, so I made some recommendations. So for those of you that may not know me, I think y'all do, but just in case, Nina Anderson with Wine Shop at Home, and I teach people about wine. And so Abby and I are just doing this fun stuff together, kind of marrying up the right wines with the right food so we get the best flavors out of both things. And so some wines that I have suggested to go with this particular recipe is 3 different wines. And, I know some people are seasonal drinkers, so they like to do their white wines in the summer and their red wines in the winter. But I'm also a big believer that if you pair the right wine with the right food, you're going to create some magic. So the 3 wines that I have recommended are all white, but they're not going to be sweet. They're nice and crisp and smooth and full-bodied wines. So I'm recommending a sparkling wine. You can either do a Seco, which is a smooth sparkling, or you can do a Brut, a little bit on the drier side sparkling. I think will go really nicely with this recipe. And bubbles, if you pair it with the right foods, it's going to go perfectly with just about anything. Another one that I'd recommend is a Semillon. So with us at Wine Shop at Home, we have one that's called the Monarch Semillon. This is very similar to like a Sauvignon Blanc style of wine or a Chenin Blanc. So it's crisp, it's drier, but not super dry. It's just got some nice balanced fruit on it. And it pairs perfectly with your fall veggies or fall dishes. And then the last one is for those of you that like Chardonnays. I've recommended that, and I've recommended our Halcyon Chardonnay, and the reason why I recommend that is because it's a little bit more of a buttery Chardonnay. So it's got a little bit more full body taste to it, which I think again will pull out the flavors within this butternut squash and the risotto and the leeks and the spinach. So that's what I have recommended to go with that. So for those of you, when you register for the class, again, it's next Monday, the 25th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We will send you an email with the Zoom link and the passcode, and you will also get the ingredient list ahead of time so that if you want to cook alongside Abby, you're welcome to do that. If you want to just sit back and have a glass of wine, no problem, because we will be recording it and we'll send it to you afterwards. And then afterwards, you'll receive the full recipe, but you'll get the ingredient list ahead of time. So did I miss anything, Abby?
I don't think so. I do just want to encourage you, if you're watching this, to join us in the cooking of this, because it really lends itself so much more and adds so much to the experience than just sitting back and being a fly on the wall. So just really try to participate in that way. We'll all make the same thing. We'll all be able to get dinner on the table for our families if it's dinner time. And I will also note that this recipe happens to freeze beautifully. So even if you're going to make it with us and you don't want to enjoy it right away, you can let it cool, pop it in your freezer. It would be a great accompaniment to your Thanksgiving table coming up, hint, hint, or for a quick, easy weeknight meal to just heat up. So that's all I've got.
Perfect. Awesome, Abby. Thank you so much. And you know what? That's a good, because we are trying to create community. Let's try if we can to cook together. I usually don't because I'm trying to kind of monitor everything, but I think I'm going to cook on Monday. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing everybody.